Lovely. Right, make sure that is out of the way. Okay, so with this session this week, we're going to be doing lower body on today's session. And we're going to start adding breath into our lower body exercises, which is really important. So when you're picking stuff off the ground, these are going to help to make sure you've got stability through your spine, but also you're not putting downward pressure on your pelvic floor. And you know, just maximizing those exercises, getting that core contraction, so you're actually working your core more effectively when you use your breath during these exercises. So like we did on Monday, we're going to focus on breathing through our doing that 360 breath. So putting your hands on the sides of your ribs again, okay, and then you're going to inhale, really try and focus going out to the side, and then exhale. And then really try and contract that front abdominal wall, okay? So inhale, and then exhale, and pull in. And then as you pull in, you might even feel your pelvic floor come up a little bit. So inhale, and then exhale. I'm going to do a little exercise at the end in our cool down to really feel our pelvic floor and get that lift as well. So inhale, expand, exhale. Again, keep those knees soft, keep everything nice and like it should move in your neutral spine. Inhale, expand, exhale, and then maybe even feel that lift come up as well. Okay, so, and again, with that TA activation, which is your transverse abdominis, we want that to pull down. So when we're doing exercises, and I'll coach you through that when we get there, but we'll get into our warm-up, so we'll get our wrists moving. And again, doing warm up with these smaller joints is really important. We want all that synovial fluid to coat our joints, reducing inflammation, getting pumping of fluid up our arms. Again, touching our shoulders, getting some pumping action there too. Feel like one of those Stretch Armstrong. Lovely, into your shoulder rolls. And forwards. Okay, into your front crawl. Getting a little bit more movement through your hips and your spine, getting some rotation. Lovely, and back. Lovely, and then we're just going to pump from side to side, but I really want you to think about keeping your hips as stable as possible, and then you're kind of moving your body from side to side. But again, go with what feels good for you. Again, if that doesn't feel nice, then maybe add a bit more movement with your hips, okay? But it might feel stiff, like it hasn't moved like that for a little while. That's fine. The more you practice, the better it gets. Lovely, and then we're going to the hips, get them moving. Lovely, and then we're going the other direction. Okay, into your squat, and then you're going to reach up, squat down, reach up, getting a twist with that hip as you reach round. Oh, I've gone a bit awry. Doing it a little more heart rate, coming up. Okay, one more on each side. Lovely. Okay, now we're going into our breaststroke. So bring those feet a little bit closer together. Opening up through the chest, straightening the back as well. And again, breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth. Really good when If you start to feel out of breath and you feel like it's getting out of control, again, just focusing on that breath. Inhale through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, slow it down, coming into your feet. Lovely, and other direction. Lovely, over to the other side. And as I've mentioned before in the previous weeks, our feet are also really important in terms of our foundations. So we're going to spread those toes and then scrunch them together. Spread them apart and scrunch them together. Spread them apart and scrunch them together. Spread them apart and scrunch them together. Really good. Okay, shake it out. Just going to let someone in quickly. There we go. Okie dokie. So first exercise is about really opening up the hips, okay? When we are trying to improve our breath work, sometimes the hips can be a very sticky place for lots of tension, and a lot of emotions can get stored there, a lot of trauma can get, because that's essentially our most stabilizing muscles. They have to do a lot of work. So we're going to focus on getting some opening up. So 2 options here is to do just a low lunge here, okay? And then we're going to reach our arms up, and we want to really focus, if I do it from this angle, going up. You can hold on to a chair beside you just to get some opening up through the front here. If that feels too much on your knees, then obviously put a cushion under your knees, or you can sit on the edge of the chair like so, and then reaching up like that, okay? You can get that leg a little bit further back if you want to, and it focuses to get most of that work through the front, okay? So we're just gonna hold that movement, or that, for a few seconds, and then I want you to switch over to the other side. So we'll switch to the other side, get that leg all the way back and reaching up. If the floor is accessible to you, then just getting into that nice low lunge, coming up. Maybe take a deep breath and then exhale, change sides. Nice big inhale, exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Few seconds in that hold. We want it to be relatively dynamic. But again, if you're in your chair, you're just switching sides. Okay, one more. Lovely. Okay. Now you're going to get into your calf raises, but this time we're going to do it nice and slowly, okay? So we want to strengthen those feet, strengthen those toes. Again, have a chair nearby if you need that for stability. Again, spread those toes out, get as much surface area as you can. And again, you come up onto those toes and then slowly come back down. See if you can get it over sort of 4 to 5 seconds. So come up nice and fast and then come down. Going up. And then slowly come down. Go up, nice and slowly. All the way down, come up and slowly down. Almost there. See if you can do it without. Again, sometimes holding your hands together creates a bit of a closed chain in your body and helps you to keep some tension rather than feeling a bit all wobbly. Okay, last one. Ooh, she lost it. There we go. Well done. Okay, into your squat. So if you want to grab some weights, again, you can either do this from the chair or just do it away from the chair. So you're going to do your squat, again, pulling the ground apart, really grounding through your feet, using your glutes to get you up, okay? So you're going to inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Again, hold that weight in front of your chest, or you can hold it beside you, okay? Again, beside you will feel different to holding it up here. Again, play around. Again, pull the ground apart as you exhale back up again and rest there. Well done. Okay, now we're going into our downward dog variation. So again, you can do it from the chair, but if you want to go down to the ground, you're absolutely welcome to do that. Okay, so you're going to inhale as you bring your head between your arms and your bum goes back. And then you're going to exhale as you come back over the chair. Or if you are on the ground, you can just drop down to your knees in between. Inhale up, exhale down. And when you exhale, can you feel your core activating, giving you that stability? Again, remember, push that ground away, use those shoulders. Nearly there. Okay, in 2, 1, and rest there. Well done. Okay, so we're going to repeat those again. So we're going to do that nice hip opening exercise. So if you're on your chair, you can get that leg all the way back, reach up with your inhale, exhale, turn around. And again, inhale with those arms. And then exhale, come back down, switch sides. And again, try not to bend too much into your low back. Try and keep those glutes active if you can, so that you just get a nice stretch through the front, okay? If you let your glutes just sort of relax, then you're going to get a really big, deep lunge. But try and keep a bit of activity on the back so you're not going too far into your low back. Inhale, exhale, switch sides. One more. Lovely. Okay, coming up to standing. Again, going with those nice slow calf raises. Again, if you want to hold on to a wall in front of you and then slowly come down. Again, make sure you go onto those big toes. Don't just go onto the outer toes. Nice and slowly. Again, do it unaided if you want to. Really good. And again, your calf muscles are very important. They're almost like the second heart in your body, and they pump all the blood and lymphatic fluid from the bottom of your feet. So if you do get swollen ankles, calf exercises are your friend. Okay, into your squats. Okay, so grabbing your weight, holding that weight there. Okay, when you're ready, and go. So you're going to come down and then exhale as you come up. So blow before you go. Again, it's always useful to try and do that exhale just before you're about to go back up again, because that just helps you to engage your pelvic floor before you put the effort in, okay? Again, pull the ground apart like you're trying to rip the ground beneath your feet. Really good. And rest there. Well done. Okay, into your downward dogs. So again, either down on the ground, resting on your knees, or you can use the chair. So again, starting, getting a nice hamstring stretch, head between your arms. Exhale as you come back over the chair or over the ground by your hands. Inhale up, exhale over. Again, push the ground away, really push those shoulder blades apart. Just helps you, stop you from sinking between those shoulder blades. We're keeping that movement nice and dynamic. One more. Lovely. And rest there, guys. Have a drink. Well done. Right, in our next round, we're not going to need much, in fact, no, we won't need much equipment. So your dumbbells you can add to these. So these are our reverse lunges. So we're going to add our breath into those lunges. Again, if you want to add some weight to them, you can by holding them by your chest. Again, that's the easier option, is to try and keep everything close to your center, essentially, as close to your body as you can. And then when you do your reverse lunge, you're going to press through that front foot and exhale, okay? Obviously, as time goes on, we're going to make those weights go out further away from our core, and that will make that exercise more challenging, okay? So that's another way to make exercise more challenging, is to make it harder by putting things a bit further away from you. But for now, we're going to keep everything relatively close to our bodies. If that feels too much on your knees, then you can do a kind of knee-friendly lunge where you kind of hinge forward, still putting majority, I would say about 80 to 90% of your body weight through that front foot, and just sliding that foot back and then coming back up again. So you can slide forward, okay? So we're going to do one side and then the other side, okay? So when you're ready, in 2, 1, and go. So you can just do one side and come back up again. So inhale down, exhale up. And again, really push through all those 3 points in your foot. So that nice tripod in your foot, inhale down, exhale up. If you still feel unstable, hold on to something beside you, have that weight down below you or by your side. Okay, switch sides. If you want it beside you, we're just going back, or you've got that knee-friendly version, sliding that foot back. Most of that weight still going through the front of your leg, so we're working that leg still effectively, getting a bit of balance work. Inhale down, exhale up. Last one. Fabulous. Okay, next up, we're progressing our good morning. So this is the exercise we did last time, where our feet are kind of like hip width apart, hands are on our temples. We want to activate the upper back, and then like we're gonna look over like a cliff. What I want you to do is just to bring your toes almost like they're meeting each other a little bit, okay? And what this is gonna do is widen the gap between our sit bones and really help stretch the pelvic floor a little bit. Okay, so really activate through the pelvic floor. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna inhale and then exhale, come back up again. Inhale down, exhale back up again. If you feel a bit dizzy doing that, just don't be too vigorous with your inhales and exhales, okay? Looking, and this is a really nice way to try and reduce some tension in the pelvic floor. Opening up, using that breath. So inhale, well done. Keep that tension in the upper back with those arms back. Okay, last one. Brilliant. Okay, and then we're going to do a little bit of so we're going to do a bit of impact work. Again, for those of you that need to be careful with your bones, again, you can, depending on how you feel, and if you've spoken to anyone about what you're, capable of, and you should never do anything that causes you pain. But we're going to step from side to side, okay? Or you can just take a big step for the lower impact option. So this is like a ski, okay? So you can step from one side. But again, when you're doing this, try and exhale as you land. Again, you don't have to go super quick. Again, make the exercise go to your breath rather than you trying to catch your breath with the movement. Or you can use your exhale to get that contraction, that pelvic floor lift, and then just hold it for a few repetitions. Have a rest, do the same, and then carry on, okay? So it's just different ways that you can use your breath to help your pelvic floor and get some control. Amazing, rest there, guys. So you should feel those muscles firing up on the sides of your glutes and a bit of cardio as well. Okay, rest there for a moment. Okay, so we're going to go back to our reverse lunges. Again, with or without weight. And the more, it's good to do a couple rounds of these exercises so that we're getting used to it. And take a nice deep breath in and then go back. Exhale, come up. We're staying on one side. Again, you don't have to lunge all the way down. You want to just lunge forward. Pivot forward. Letting that foot just go back ever so slightly. Inhale, exhale, back up again. Really good. Switch to the other side. And so when it comes to progressing any exercise, try and think of your breath. Are you having to hold your breath to maintain the exercise? If that is the case, then generally the exercise that you're picking is too hard. So sometimes it's just worth regressing things and then building up to that point. Okay, one more. Well done. Shake it out. Very good. Okay, into your good mornings. So again, bringing those toes slightly in. Okay, so that means we're kind of internally rotating and then we get some stretch along the back of the pelvis. So bringing those elbows back so that we keep a nice long spine. And then inhale, bend forward, exhale, come up. Okay, so this isn't about bending like this, okay? We want to keep that spine nice and long and then we're kind of karate chopping at the hips, like we're looking over a cliff or we're trying to shut the car door with the shopping in our hands. Again, keeping those toes pointing towards each other. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Really good. And rest there. Really good. Okay, next up we've got our 4-point kneeling. Oh, we missed that one last time. Oh, damn. Right, we'll do 2 sets of that one. I thought we'd gone only 3 exercises. Okay. So we'll do our ski hops first. Okay. So again, you can use a weight if you want to, but we're going to step from the side and come over. Really good. Again, you don't have to hop. You can just step. Doing a nice big step. Really good. 2, 1, lovely. Okay, next up we have got our donkey kicks. So I'll show you a chair version as well. So with your donkey kicks, we'll do twice as long on each side so that we just get it done now. So I want you to create your 4-point kneeling, okay? So imaginary rectangle on the ground. And then, like last week, we had our leg extended. This time, we're going to bring our leg bent and we're going to push up to the ceiling. Now, I want you to focus on keeping your neutral spine. We're not trying to get as high up as possible. I want you to maintain that stability and then just do a bit of a pump, squeezing that glute muscle, okay? So if you're on your chair, again, coming here and then squeezing it up, okay? So it's just about trying to get this glute working really well, but we're creating some instability by taking that leg off the ground, okay? So you've got your chair option or the floor option, and we'll do double the time on each leg, okay? So when you're ready, in 2, 1, and go. And this is a really good exercise for your pelvic floor without necessarily having to do a pelvic floor contraction or an isolated one. This kind of wraps it all up in a little nice little package, whilst also strengthening all those hip muscles as well. Again, if that feels too much on your wrists, you can either go onto your fingers or you can roll up your mat and see if that helps. So you can get your fingers on the edge. Okay, switch over to the other side. So that side should be feeling quite warm. You're going to pump that leg up and use that exhale as you push up. Really good. So again, that back isn't bending too much. I'm keeping my neck nice and long with my spine. Almost there. 2, 1. Well done, everyone. Shake those wrists out if you need to. Okay, lovely. So grab yourselves a drink. So in this next round, you're going to need your pelvic floor. Hopefully everyone's got those. So grabbing the Pilates ball, okay? We will use this in our cool down as well. So, and majority of the exercises are down on the ground for this one, but I will show some chair variations as well. But for anyone thinking, oh, do I need to get up and down? I would say 4 out of the 5 are on the ground to start with. So you can get yourself down there. You don't have to keep thinking, oh, I've got to get back up again. All right. So keep having your rest. Still got a few more seconds. So the first exercise is just ball squeezes between the legs. So we're going to get ourselves down on the ground. For those of you that need to sit in a chair, you're going to sit in the chair and pop that ball between your legs. And we're going to do some squeezes and pull up through the pelvic floor at the same time. So if you're on the ground, then we're going to squeeze that ball between our legs and we're going to lift up from the pelvic floor, bring that TVA in as well. So we're almost getting that T-zone activation. So when I've got my timer, okay, when you're ready, we're going to do that squeeze the ball, squeeze your pelvic floor up and pull your hips together and then relax. Okay, this doesn't have to be a maximal contraction. You just want a little bit of contraction. Okay, when you're ready, we'll do that again. Squeeze and then relax. So make sure everything relaxes again. Squeeze and then relax. Squeeze and relax. Squeeze and relax. And squeeze and relax. Lovely. Okay, with that ball, we're now going to just hold that ball in front of us on our hands. Okay, if you're sat in your chair, you can do the same. So you'll literally have that out in front of you. And I'll do the floor one first. So you're going to inhale, bring your knee up, exhale, lower. Other leg, inhale up, exhale, lower. Keeping your body as stable as possible as you lift that leg up, exhale as you lower. Inhale up, exhale, lower. Try not to let those hips just sort of fall from side to side. Keep them nice and stable. Inhale up, exhale down, keep going. You're in your chair. You've got your ball in front, nice little lean back. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, low. You don't have to rush this movement. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Last one. Fabulous. Okay, staying down on the ground. You have got your glute bridges, okay? So you can keep your ball in your hand if you want to, or you can just leave it to the side and pop your hands on the floor. We're gonna draw that inhale at the beginning, and then exhale, come up, okay? But we wanna make that nice long line from our shoulders to our knees, okay? We don't wanna bend ourselves up like this to get as much, our hips up as high as possible. I want you to just think about getting those glutes activated, and then you're gonna get more pelvic floor contraction this way without going up into your shoulders, because then all of this switches off, okay? So when you're ready, you can ball up or hands on the ground, whatever feels good for you. So inhale at the bottom, exhale up, and that's going to give you even more pull. You might even feel your pelvic floor work on that exhale. And this is really good, letting gravity help bring all your pelvic organs back up into a nice higher position. Again, if you're able to get on the sofa and lay down, you can do that, or you can come into standing and do some leg lifts like so. Again, exhaling as you squeeze on the effort. Okay, and rest there. Okay, next up we've got clams. So if you're on the ground, you're going to bring your hand on your hip, and we're going to lift that leg up and down. And you're also going to think about trying to get your ribs, or your waist I should say, so this part of your torso, kind of off the mat slightly, okay? So see if you can get it off the mat. Don't worry if you can't, but just try and get that spine a bit more sort of long through the middle, okay? And then we're going to lift that knee up and then back down. Again, try not to roll back, okay, to get your legs wider. So it might only be a little lift and then back down. Again, inhale, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. Inhale, exhale, squeeze. If you're on your chair, then you can do that with a resistance band. So keep going on those clams on the ground, guys. And if you're in your chair, then you can do out to the side, just one side, like so. If you don't have a resistance band, then you can do a little out to the side movement like so. That might feel a bit more accessible and a bit quicker. Okay, and rest there. Right, we're going to go onto the other side now. So roll onto your other hip. Again, use cushions or pillows or anything to support your head if you need to. Use your Pilates ball. Okay, we're going to do the other side. When you're ready, and go. Again, inhale, exhale as you squeeze your leg up. Again, I can use my Pilates ball just to support my head if that feels good for you. Making sure you've kept that waist off the ground. Inhale, exhale. And I like to put my hand on my hip because it gives me almost like I'm keeping it in that position. This is a really lovely core exercise, really good for your pelvic floor and your hip muscles. And rest there, guys. Well done. Okay. Coming up to standing. Come up nice and slowly if you need to. So again, burpees are always considered quite a high impact exercise. but they can absolutely be accessible to everyone. So with a burpee, a traditional one, you would kind of come down, jump out, jump up, and then jump up like this, okay? So that is a nice big compound movements with lots of impact for bone strengthening. Again, if that doesn't feel like that's accessible to you, then you can step back, come back, and then come up onto your tiptoes and then back down again. So come out, back in, and come up. If you want to progress it a bit more, so if you want to start, you can jump out, jump in, and come up, jump out, jump in, and maybe even do a jump there, okay? But again, if you want to keep it low impact, you can do it as you wish, okay? Again, if you want to go on a lower surface, just do you, guys. So there's no jumping involved, but I'm still doing the movement. Again, really useful for getting up and down off the ground. Use the exhales on the effort. But if you need to, if you feel symptomatic in any way or dizzy, or it doesn't feel nice in your pelvic floor, then just regress it for you. Okay, one more. Lovely, rest there, guys. Really good. Okay, right, we'll go through those again. Now that you know what you're doing, we can progress through those a little bit quicker. So back to your ball squeezes between your knees. Again, sitting on the chair if you wish. Bring those balls between your knees. Okay, squeeze. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Feel that contraction. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. One more. Lovely. Okay, with your ball in front of you, either sitting in your chair, if you're in your chair, lean back ever so slightly just to get those abs engaged a little bit. And we're going to inhale, bring that leg up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Nice, slow and controlled movement is going to challenge your core much more. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Okay, into our glute bridges. So feet on the ground, or if you're standing up, you're going to bring your legs behind you, squeezing those glute muscles. So when you're ready, in 2, 1, and go. So you're going to breathe in at the bottom. Exhale as you drive up. Inhale, back down. Exhale, drive up. Inhale, up. Inhale, down, sorry. Exhale. Almost like blow before you go, guys. Inhale, down. Well done. Oh, this is very motivating music. Keep going, guys. Okay, one more. Lovely. Okay, rolling onto your side. If you're going to do your clams from the chair, you can either do it with the resistance band, letting that knee go out to the side against the resistance of the band, or going onto one leg and bringing that knee out to the side like you're cocking your leg. Okay, so again, on your side, knees bent, hands on hip. Exhale, inhale, down. Exhale, squeeze up. Inhale, down. Really good. And switch over to the other side. So if you're on the ground, go onto the other side. If you're on your chair, bring that knee out to the side. Again, keeping your chest facing down towards the ground so you're not opening up your body to get more range. You really want to squeeze that muscle on the side of your hips. Exhale on the effort, inhale on the relaxation. Really good. Okay, one more. Okay, coming up to standing. Into your burpees. And shake everything out. Again, use your chair and modify to your ability, okay? Remember, keep breathing throughout. When you're ready, and go. So step it out, step it back in, come up onto your toes, step it out. Bring those arms into play if you want to, just to get a bit more cardiovascular demand. Or you can go down to the ground. Exhale on that effort. Well done, everyone. Really good. Keep going. In 2, 1, and relax. Well done. Okay. So grab yourself a drink and we'll do our relaxation and a few stretches. There we go. Lovely. Okay. So what I'd like you to do, if you want to, you can sit on a chair or sit down on the ground. I'm going to do mine in the chair so that everyone gets the opportunity to do it, but you can do it on the ground, on the chair as well. So just want you to think about just relaxing, finding a comfy position. If you're sat on the floor, then I'd like you to, pop a cushion under your bottom if you need to. But we're just going to take this moment just to relax and really focus our breath on different areas of our abdomen. So we're thinking about our chest being one layer, our abdomen being another layer, and then our pelvic area being the third layer. Okay, so breathing in through your nose and exhaling out through your mouth is a really good way to get that pressure sort of build up. It's much easier than if you breathe through your mouth. You don't get as much sort of expansion of your lungs if you do it just purely through your mouth. Okay, so when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in. I want it just to go into the chest area. Okay, so above your nipple line, and then exhale. Just do that 3 times. So you might feel your shoulders go up a little bit. Just focusing, just think your mind, just focus to the area that you want to breathe to. Lovely. Now breathe into the lower ribs, getting that abdomen to expand as well, even breathing into your back. So inhale. So you might feel that your shoulders aren't rising as much this time. Breathing into the sides, getting expansion through the front and the back. And again. Now I want you to send that breath down, further down towards your pelvic floor. So you might feel that pelvic floor open. You might feel that as you inhale, you grow by about a couple of millimeters. You might feel your perineum sort of pushing against the chair. Really good. One more. Now with your Pilates ball, so you can do this on the chair or down on the ground, is if you take out some air, if you've got a cushion, you can do this with a cushion. And if you have got a cushion, the best thing to do is to almost like fold it in half so that it's a little bit more pronounced. Okay, that's probably a little bit too much. Again, deflate. So we're going to pop it underneath our bottom. Okay, So we're getting a bit of massage into our pelvic area, okay? And it also acts as a place for us to feel our pelvic floor, okay? And so when we inhale, I want us to think about really pushing against that ball. And then as we exhale, I want you to think about really pulling up away from the ball, okay? So when you're ready, so inhale, like almost feel like you're melting your pelvic floor over the ball. You're creating space for it, and then exhale up. Inhale, expand, and then exhale, contract, lifting it up. And then exhale, relax. Lovely. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract up. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract up. Then we're just going to roll. You can keep your eyes closed. You're just going to roll your pelvic floor over that ball. So just mapping out that area of your pelvic floor. So going from the front where your pubic bone is, going towards your coccyx at the back, and then towards your sit bones either side. Again, it's just really nice just to massage all that area, helping reduce any tension. Lovely, going forwards and backwards, getting some movement through your pelvis and your low back. Again, if you do have any back issues, this is really good because when we're guarding any pain, we get stiff muscles that don't get any blood flow to them. So we want to move things gently in a safe way. And by breathing, we help calm everything down. We calm our nervous system down, which hopefully reduces our experience of pain. Okay, lovely. Right, now you can take your ball out. And then I'd like you to sit back down again and then feel how much space there is. I love this exercise. It really helps, just really feels so much lighter down there. I hope it does for you too. So we'll get into stretching the rest of our body. So we're just going to bring that arm over. And again, try not to hold your breath. Do some deep breathing. Massage your body from the inside out. And switch over to the other side. And I like breathing in and out of my nose. Breathing in and out. Lovely. Bringing those hands onto your hips, kind of lower back as well. Just bring those elbows behind you, getting a nice stretch through the front. And then bringing your gaze up towards the sky, opening up your throat. Again, it's not about getting your neck all the way back. Just really think about lengthening up, like you're lifting your chin up towards the sky. Being quite active with that and breathing through your nose. Lovely. And then even if you're cross-legged on the ground, you're going to pop one hand to the side and then we're going to reach over. And then use that breath to open up through the side. So do 3 breaths on this side. If you're on your chair, you can hold there. And again. Exhale, come back to center. And then we're going to go to the other side. Inhale, open up that space. Again, inhale, exhale, back up again. Lovely, right. If you're on the floor, you're just going to extend that leg out in front of you, okay? If you're in your chair, then you're going to lean forward with your back nice and lengthened, and we're just reaching towards our toe. But keep that leg nice and straight. I'll change my position actually. So I'm keeping my chest up, pointing straight ahead of me. So I'm not bending down like this, keeping my spine nice and long. And then I'm reaching towards my toe. And if you're on the ground, Lovely. Switch sides. So again, flexing your toe towards you, getting a nice stretch on the back of those hamstrings, keeping your back nice and long. Again, you know, if we do have any weaknesses in our bones, you know, often the mid part of our back is the place that often gets fractures. So, you know, it's not, bending isn't always bad, but if we're constantly in those positions, it can make us a bit more vulnerable. But keeping our back nice and straight in these sorts of holds is always nice. And actually it makes your hamstring stretch much better. And again, breathing through those. Lovely. Okay, coming up to standing. Move anything out of the way. And as always, take a deep breath in. Reaching down, make your bubble as big as possible. The larger your bubble is for as long as possible for your life, the better your life will be. There we go. Well done, everyone. Give yourselves a round of applause. And thank you for joining me today.